Donald Trump apparently woke up a little grumpy on Wednesday morning and immediately got on Truth Social, where he spouted a bunch of easily disproven conspiracy theories before demanding that he receive legal immunity from prosecution for his attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Here is what Trump put on Truth Social. They cheated on the election in so many ways. Ballot stuffing, the 51 intelligence agents not getting approval from state legislatures, FBI Twitter files, and much more. The election was long over. I wasn't campaigning. I was just doing my job. I am entitled to immunity. No, you're not. The election was long over, but you still don't admit that you lost. Therefore, your actions were not those of a sitting president. They were, in fact, those of somebody still running, thinking they had a chance to win. Now, Trump continued, and he added more conspiracies. He said this. They illegally spied on my campaign, lied to Congress, cheated FISA, didn't get approval from state legislatures, lost control of ballot counting, stuffed ballots, 51 fake intelligence agents, FBI Twitter files, and much more. And they come after me for election interference? Only in America, Trump says. So I like that you didn't have anything new. Like, you just kind of reiterated the exact same things you had said in the previous post a few minutes before, none of which, by the way, makes any sense at all. Like, the 51 intelligence, like, what does that even mean? I mean, I follow politics every day. I talk about it literally every day. I don't know what you're talking about. Ballot stuffing has been disproven. They didn't get approval from state legislatures. Yeah, they did. That's literally how the Electoral College certification works. Before it goes to Congress, it has to be approved by the states, and it was. You're just making stuff up and demanding immunity. And that's not how things work in this country. Only in America, you say. Yeah, only in America can we have this egotistical, narcissistic, possibly mentally deranged individual demanding that the courts give him immunity so he can keep playing president. Only in America, Donald. Or, perhaps Russia, North Korea too, I don't know. But here's the thing. The Supreme Court, as we all know, has said that they are not going to take up the issue of Trump's immunity. They issued that decision, of course, over the Christmas weekend, where few people were paying attention because they didn't want to draw attention to it. So it's going to go to the appellate court first. But Jack Smith had already counted on that. Because Jack Smith, when he originally filed with the Supreme Court to hear the case, also went ahead and filed with the appellate court. And said, hey, you know what? I've asked the Supreme Court to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you all to hear the issue of immunity too. The appellate court said, great, January 9th, come in, we'll do arguments, we'll hear it then. So Jack Smith was already 10 steps ahead of the Supreme Court, expecting them to not take it up before the appellate court, and those wheels are already well in motion with a hearing set for just a couple days from now, really. So Jack Smith is on his A game. And Donald Trump is posting panic posts on Truth Social because one of these people knows how the law works and the other is ranting and raving like a lunatic. One of today's video sponsors is Ground News, a news aggregator that helps to not only get you to the information that you need, but also shows you the left or right leanings of media coverage. Now, I'm an avid news consumer. In fact, it's my job to consume news all day long. But if I'm only consuming news from one side of the political aisle, then I'm only getting half the story. And that's where Ground News comes in, and it has become one of my go-to spots for news. On both their convenient app and website, Ground News pulls stories from all over the world and across the political spectrum. Stories are then grouped together by topic, and Ground News shows you the political leanings of the outlets that are reporting on the stories. For example, I've been covering the fraud trial of former President Donald Trump, and by searching on Ground News, you can see all the most recent stories in one place, complete with a political bias breakdown of the news organizations that are reporting on the same story. And as you can see, you can break things down and see the angle from the left, or from the center, or from the right. You can also get a summary of all the sources and compare quickly the differences in what's being reported. And all of the links go back to the original source of the article. You can also clearly see the ownership of all the sources covering the story. Ground News makes reading the news easier and more enjoyable. You can quickly drill down into a story to find out what's really going on. You can also become a smarter news consumer by gaining a deeper understanding of the complexity and nuance of different issues by identifying media narratives. And you can develop a well-rounded worldview because Ground News lets you see every side of every story with access to international perspectives that are hard to find. You can also browse the blind spot feed to see stories that are over or underreported by the left and right. Follow specific interests or create your own feed to get breaking news on a specific location, topic, person, or source. And you can check My News Bias to track your own reading habits and challenge your own bias. So go to ground.news/ROF to see through media bias and know where your news is coming from. Sign up through our link and take advantage of the holiday discount to get a 40% off Vantage level subscription for unlimited access, which is the one we use. That's ground.news/ROF, or simply click the link at the top of the video description below.